Nobody at a dealership will say this out loud, so I will. What happens to that $75,000 truck payment when the job disappears? What happens when gas goes to $7 a gallon, parts prices double, banks start calling in loans? Right now, millions of Americans are one layoff away from watching their truck get repossessed. That shiny half-ton in the driveway? It's not an asset. It's an anchor, an 84-month financial trap dressed up in chrome and touchscreens. But there's a smarter play, and most people will never hear about it, because it doesn't make anyone money to tell you. A quiet group of mechanics, tradespeople, veterans who've been around long enough to know better. They're doing something completely different. Buying specific older trucks, cash, no payments, no debt, no exposure. These are the three trucks, and the window to buy them cheap is closing fast. The average new truck transaction price just crossed $58,000. Average loan term? Pushing 7 years. Meanwhile, real wages are flat. Credit card debt just hit a record high. Auto loan delinquencies are climbing. The math on a modern truck payment does not work for most working families. That matters. But here's the problem nobody's talking about. Modern trucks from 2010 onward are engineering nightmares to own when money gets tight. Proprietary software. That means only dealerships can reset certain fault codes. Supply chain disruptions. That means common sensors have multi-month back orders. One failed module, and a $60,000 truck becomes a $60,000 paperweight in your driveway, while you wait for a part. The trucks I'm about to show you have none of those problems. No software lock-ins, no dealer-only diagnostics. Parts are cheap, plentiful, available at every auto parts store in the country. A good mechanic, or you with basic tools, can keep them running indefinitely. These are trucks built for the era we're actually living in. Truck 1, 1994 to 1998. Dodge Ram 2500, 12-valve Cummins. If there is one truck built perfectly for economic hard times, this is it. The 12-valve Cummins diesel, one of the most mechanically simple engines ever bolted into an American pickup. No complicated emissions system to fail. No diesel particulate filter clogging up. No DEF fluid tank to babysit. You want the P-pump models. Mechanical injection. Runs off the camshaft. Veteran diesel mechanics joke you could run this engine with a paperclip and a prayer. Replacement parts. Affordable. Widely available. Injectors rebuilt for a fraction of what a modern diesel costs you. Here's the actual economic case. A 2024 diesel Ram has a $75,000 sticker price. A clean, well-maintained 12-valve Cummins today, $12,000 to $18,000. The truck payment disappears entirely. Insurance, a fraction of what you're paying now. No gambling on a computer module failing at 80,000 miles. This truck is a financial insurance policy on wheels. One thing to watch when buying. Rust on the frame. Pull the bed if you can. Inspect the frame rails closely. A rust-free 12-valve is worth every penny you pay for it. Truck 2, 1987 to 1996 Ford F-150 OBS, 4.9 liters, inline 6. For a gasolining engine, they work a nothing on the planet touches this combination. The Ford 4.9-liter inline 6, 300 cubic inches of cast iron reliability. This is the engine mechanics recommend to anyone who needs to just get the job done and never think about it again. Ford put this same motor in commercial delivery vehicles, wood chippers, industrial generator sets. Why? Because it refused to break. No timing chain to stretch, no timing belt to shred. The cam is gear-driven, interlocking steel, built to outlast the rest of the truck. Carbureted versions are ideal. Throttle body injection is fine too, still infinitely simpler than anything modern. A rebuilt carburetor costs $200. Compare that to the $3,000 high-pressure fuel pump on a newer truck. The economic argument is overwhelming. Clean OBS. Ford F-150 today, $6,000 to $10,000. Insurance? Pennies. Almost everything on it fixed in your own driveway with basic hand tools. Manual transmission versions are especially valuable. One less system to ever fail. These trucks are quietly appreciating. Rust-free examples from southern states already climbing. If you find a solid OBS with the inline 6 and a manual gearbox, buy it. That trend only goes one direction. Truck 3, 1984 to 1995. Toyota pickup, carbureted 22R. Every conflict zone on the planet runs on this truck. Every remote village that needs reliable transportation runs on this truck. There's a reason it became the universal benchmark for durability. Across 6 continents, it simply does not stop. The 22R carbureted 4-cylinder, a masterclass in mechanical simplicity. No mass airflow sensors, no complicated wiring harness, no dealer software required for anything. Critical point here. You want the 22R, not the 22RE. The E stands for electronic fuel injection. In this economy, we don't want electronics. We want the carburetor. When something goes wrong, and eventually something will, you fix it yourself with tools that fit in a shoebox. The economic case here is about efficiency. Lightweight, nimble. Exceptional fuel economy for a 4x4 pickup. During high fuel prices, that matters enormously. These motors run well even with imperfect maintenance. That's not a selling point. That's survival engineering. The catch? Clean examples are disappearing. Rust-free survivors already pulling $15,000 to $20,000 in some markets. If you find one at a fair price, act fast. The window on cheap 22R Toyotas is closing. Here's the bottom line. Taking on a 6-figure car payment to drive something with a built-in subscription service is one of the most financially dangerous decisions a working American can make right now. The trucks on this list represent a different philosophy. Own it outright. Understand it completely. Fix it yourself when needed.